It's just all too confusing. I'm here just giving you what works for me. I was just trying to find out what I liked. Nobody wants to see clones walking around everywhere just looking all the same. So spread your horizons. I feel happier. I feel like there's nothing that I can't do.
It's game time and I'm up one. Name something I ain't done. Name a body that's my type. Air Jordan, I'll take flight. I'm next level, I'm franchise.
To our winner, juliarene.
So you set out to get healthy or lose weight. And before you know it, your motivation starts diminishing and weight loss starts to feel impossible. The scale doesn't move fast enough, you break your diet, and then you get mad at yourself for every little thing. Why is this? Why does it feel so hard? How come the cycle is so hard to break? In March of 2021, I learned how to break this cycle. I got my energy back, my skin cleared up, I was happy again. And it wasn't because of the physical changes, but surprisingly the mental shifts. So what changed? So this was me at the beginning of February 2021. And then this was me July 2021. So I got up to 170 pounds after that. That's when that first photo that you saw. And for me, I started realizing how unhealthy that weight was for my body specifically. There's nothing wrong with weighing that much. And at that weight, my skin was breaking out. My ankles were swollen. I couldn't even walk without heavily breathing. And that wasn't normal for me. I'm very athletic. And the fact that I had felt like I just stopped caring about my health at that point and it just took a back seat was what was messing with me during that time. So in this video, I really just want to go over some things that were game changers for me and helped me stay at a healthy weight and just stay feeling healthy and it be sustainable. So number one was don't go 0 to 100. So a lot of times when we get into our fitness journey, and I know that I was this way, and you either have a weight loss goal or a muscle building goal, whatever it might be, you go 0 to 100. And you want to do all of the things really, really fast. And what I found is that eventually what that does with time is it gets too overwhelming. And then you end up falling off from the things that you said that you were going to do. So instead of trying to go from waking up at 8 a.m. to waking up at 5 p.m., try doing 7:30. Making these 1% better shifts is going to be so much better for you in the long run instead of making these giant jumps and then it being so unrealistic. And then when you don't adhere to them, then you feel like a failure. And you're not a failure. You just gave yourself too much at one time. And number two, you don't have to cut out food groups. A lot of times when I started my fitness journey, I was just watching what everybody else is doing and thinking that that's what I had to do. And some people were cutting out carbs, some people were cutting out fats, some people weren't eating at specific times, and it's just all too confusing. It doesn't need to be that confusing. And cutting out food groups and limiting things that you can eat, for me, it made it more difficult for me to resist them because it's human nature to want the things that you can't have. So I found that by cutting food groups out, I ended up craving them even more. And then when I would have them in the future, I had guilt and shame around it. So I kind of built that up around certain foods. So not limiting what food groups that I could have really helped me. Number three, find how you like to eat. Look, I'm here just giving you what works for me. You don't have to listen to me at all. You know why? Because I am not you. I don't know what you need, what you like, what you're going to respond to. Only you know that. And for me, when I started my fitness journey, I was watching people be keto, be vegan, fasting, doing paleo. And I started jumping from all of these different diet fads, thinking that I had to put myself into one of these categories. It's like my identity was behind a label of a diet, which was ridiculous. And I just needed to figure out what I liked, because all of us like healthy foods. Do all of us like all of the healthy foods? No. But if you can find the healthy foods that you enjoy and figure out how you can make them so that they're even better, it's going to make it so much easier. I remember trying to eat some vegan foods because I thought that I had to be vegan because this girl was vegan and she had a body that I liked, and I was miserable. I hated it. I didn't like it. It actually like messed up my gut even more. And that's just the difference. It worked for her. She felt great on it. It worked really well. And that's the difference between her and me. What works for me is just having a balance of all the macronutrients and eating them in a way that makes me feel good and enjoy my meals. Number 4, find out how you like to work out. Just because I'm a bodybuilder and I work out like a bodybuilder doesn't mean you need to work out like a bodybuilder. I started out doing Pilates, doing yoga, doing workout classes, and I was even a wrestler in high school, and I did like sports. I wasn't really weightlifting and doing anything bodybuilding. I was just trying to find out what I liked. And I did like those at first, but it started to transition into me liking other things. And once I found bodybuilding and how I felt when I went into the gym, I was able to go in and be so excited about it because maybe I would lift heavier that day, or maybe I would get more reps in that I did the day before. And that's what really inspired me to continue to go to the gym. So I encourage you, whatever it is, if it's a workout class, if it's yoga, if it's Pilates, if it's working out at home, if it's bodybuilding, if it's not, find what you love and what you know that you can commit to and you enjoy going. Like my mom does Orange Theory and she loves doing Orange Theory. It actually gets her to go. And for me, I'm like, nah, I can't do that. It just shows a difference in people. Don't give up so quick. Number 5, if something doesn't work right away when you're trying to lose weight, don't give up on it so quickly. So a lot of times, and this is what happened to me, is that I would try and like lose weight or start implementing cardio or start like cutting calories, and it wouldn't work within the first couple of days. And then I would freak out and think that, oh my God, it's never going to work. And either I would cut more calories or increase more cardio, and I wouldn't give my body a chance to respond to the first thing that I did. So for example, if I am at 2,000 calories and I cut to 1,800 calories, and in the first couple of days I don't lose weight, and I'm like, oh no, it's not working, and then I cut to 1,600, I just cut way more calories than I even needed to. When you're trying to lose weight, yes, you need to be in a caloric deficit, eating less calories than you're burning, but you need to be patient with what you're trying to do. Going fast isn't always the route. Slower is always going to be better long term. And I know you probably hear this and you know you're probably tired of hearing it, but it's because it's so true. Give your body a chance to respond to what you're doing to it. Number 6, track your progress in a healthy way. And the reason that I say healthy way is because if you're anything like me, I started tracking obsessively. So I was weighing myself every day, and I was weighing myself like even sometimes twice a day, which was just, it was so bad for my mental health because you weigh less when you wake up because you are fasting all day. And then you weigh more when you go to sleep because you've been eating and drinking all of day. So doing that is just, it is just setting yourself up for failure, to be disappointed in yourself when there's no reason that you should be. So tracking progress and setting boundaries about when you do check your weight, when you do take measurements, when you do take pictures, because having these measurements are very good so that you can see progress and you know if what you're doing is working for you. But overly doing it and obsessing about it is something that I did, and I know that it messed with my mental health in that aspect. It's good to track, but to be obsessive over it can get out of hand. Number 7, do not compare your journey to anybody else's journey, because I am not you, you are not me, and we are nothing alike. I used to follow girls on Instagram and on YouTube that had body types that were nothing near what mine were. I'm 5'2", I'm very short, I'm a lot in a very small space, and I was looking at girls that were tall and naturally lean and had long muscles, and that's not, I could never be that, but I would follow them and get upset that I didn't look like that. And it was just unrealistic for me to think that that was possible, because you are uniquely you, and that is what makes you special. Nobody wants to see clones walking around everywhere just looking all the same. And your body is special and unique to you. And if you can realize that, you could be so much better off. It takes a long time, and it took me a long time to actually appreciate the uniqueness of my body, and that it's going to look different than my neighbors. It's going to look different from you, and that's completely okay. So one thing that helped me with that is I started following girls that were a bit more shaped like me, a little bit more like on the muscular side, shorter, a lot and compact, like short legs. And it just helped me. It was a little bit more realistic. Tip number 8, listen to your body. And this, to me, I feel like is one of the most difficult ones. There is so many things around us that are just skewing our judgment for what we need for our body. And since I struggled with binge eating for a long time, that was messed up for a very long time because I wasn't connected to my body. I just was completely disconnected to it. And relearning that has been a challenge for me because anytime that I was remotely hungry, I was programmed to think that I needed to binge eat in order to satisfy that. So it's something that I'm still working on, and it's very difficult. And it just takes pausing and being patient and sitting there with yourself and really saying, what does my body need versus what does my body want? And by doing that, I found that, okay, like maybe today I want something sweet. Okay, maybe today I need something savory. And it's crazy once you just take that pause to really listen to what your body needs. It's incredible what can happen. Number 9, educate yourself. The more that you know about nutrition and workout programming and cardio and everything else, the better off that you're going to be. So spread your horizons and really start educating yourself so that you know what you're doing. And if you don't want to do that, get yourself a coach that can help teach you. Number 10, increase your NEAT. And your NEAT is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So those are things that you are doing every day that aren't necessarily like working out, but it is just like me filming this video, moving my hands, I'm talking. You can even park further away at a grocery store and walk. You walking around the grocery store, you just getting up from your desk when you have a more of a sedentary job. Any of those things are increasing your NEAT. Number 11, it's not a punishment, it's a reward. The way that I used to work out and eat healthy, it was like I was punishing myself. I would do cardio because I ate too much the day before. I didn't do cardio because it was good for my health. I would eat healthy because I didn't like how my body looked. Not because it was good for me and it was fueling me. That mindset switch has been one of the biggest things and has really helped me enjoy eating healthy and working out because it's for the long term, not just for the short term. Number 12, have a growth mindset. And this one has been the biggest game changer for me. And that's why I put it as the last one, because our minds are going to give up before our bodies do. But we focus so little on our mental health. Our mind is what tells us that we're not good enough. Our mind is what tells us that we're not pretty enough, that we're not special enough, that we can't wake up in the morning, that we can't put down the food. Our mind does that to us, and we don't focus on it as enough as we should. And putting that at the top of my list during this journey has been a game changer for me because I feel more confident, I feel happier, I feel like there's nothing that I can't do. And this is when things just started falling into place for me. So I hope this helped anybody out there feeling like they can't do it or they just want to give up. You can. You definitely can. Just be 1% better every day. Focus on your mental health and find what works for you. You don't need to listen to anybody else. You don't even need to listen to me. I want you to just find what you love. Find what gets you to get up every day and work out and eat healthy and be excited about it. So I hope this helped you. I love you all so much, and you are more powerful than you think. Bye!